So how you're keeping your mental well-being during this circuit breaker and lockdown time, during this trying and difficult times? Hello everyone, this is Archana, your yoga and wellness trainer and health coach. So today in this video, I'm going to share 6 tips to keep our mental well-being, to keep the mental balance in this lockdown or circuit breaker time. So whole world is going through the situation, facing this pandemic. We are not only alone, and everybody is now at home, staying home, working from home. Yes, we are at our difficult times. Though we are in the difficult times, but there are a lot of people who are coping very well with the situation. They are finding their passion, interest, they are enjoying their time, and they are really coping up with the situation well. But at the same time, there are a lot of people who are still not able to deal with the situation very well. I've been hearing from people that they feel stressed, they feel anxious thinking about this scenario. And it's not only a health pandemic, but it's an economic crisis as well. And that is adding up to our stress and anxiety as well. But in these times, we cannot afford to get stressed because it affects our sleep, it affects our health, and it drops our immunity. So we cannot really afford to weaken our immunity. So to keep ourselves active, to keep our mental health balanced, well-being in this scenario, these are my 6 tips. And this will help not only for yourself, but it will help to keep your family health, your relationships, and your sleep well. So first tip is that seeing a big picture. As I mentioned that it's a pandemic and economic crisis, so we are dealing with 2 things at the same time. So instead of thinking as you're like always constantly about your own health or your family's health, about business and then economic, just think it as a big picture. You are not only one who is dealing with situation, but the whole world is going through this situation. So know the facts, be aware of all the news, and just shift your focus from yourself to something different, which you want to do or you want to work on, which I will talk about in later points. So know the facts. So that brings to my second point, is that keep yourself updated with the news, but don't go too much into news, because it is again indirectly putting our mind into anxious thoughts. So yes, keep updated, but don't overdo of reading news. Otherwise, your mind is going through that scenario, and you're feeling it on your mind and your body as well. And that's how you feel sometimes depressed and then sad or anxious. Number 3 point is that what you always wanted to do. That is, what is that one thing you always wanted to do? Think of that thing, and why can't we do that now? Why don't you start working on it now? Why don't you start building or learning that skill or that hobby or the passion you wanted always to do? It might be singing, dancing, cooking, reading, whatever it is. So we have more time. We are not much traveling, we're not going out, so we can use that time into learning a hobby or passion. My next point is similar to the previous one, but it is more into your profession. So if you're into some particular profession, entrepreneurship, business, this is the best time again to work on your strategies, your business model, learn a skill which will help you in your profession. Like I'm doing more research into, or more different social media marketing, basically social media content I'm building on. So something like that, you can work on your skill or some strategies for your business and so on. And that brings to my last point, is that we are into a lot of distraction nowadays. We are at home, we have to finish our work, we have to take care of our kids, housework. There are a lot of distraction at the same time, but find that self-love among distraction. And what I mean by self-love is that you can spend some time for yourself, like exercising, meditation, breathing. Yoga is best. A lot of people telling me that who are doing with me online classes, they say that it is keeping them to keep their sanity in these times. So find that time. It is not so difficult. You can start your day with stretching, breathing, meditation, and that will help you to keep going with your day and keep your day organized. So these are my few tips on how to keep that mental well-being in this time of lockdown or circuit breaker. I'm sure you are doing a lot of other things, so keep this in mind. This will help you, add you in your list, and stay tuned for my next video again. Look good, feel good, be healthy and happy. Bye bye.